What's up with it? What's good with it, man? Um, I wanted to talk about this. So there's been a lot of stuff going on in the city of Denver, all across the Denver metro, the city of Denver, and the Denver metro. And there was another shooting last night, right? Somebody got shot, I think, in Aurora. Um, so I was talking to one of my neighbors that came from. I think she came from he's at it again. You know what it is, man. I have to talk about this though. The city of Denver is trying to sweep stuff under the rug, bro, and it's pretty interesting to me. So I was talking to one of my neighbors and she's from Illinois. Um and what's wild about it is pretty much she got an apartment, and the apartment people, they painted a picture of how good the neighborhood is. They painted this picture of how, you know it was a safe area and there was no problems in the neighborhood. Well, come to find out, her car gets, broken in. There's a couple shootings where she lives, and she's like, the way they painted this picture, bro, it was like a paradise for people coming in the city. Um, and I find it funny because Denver, over, the last 10 years since they started doing new developments and they started, bringing people into the city, um, they've painted this picture like it's just a paradise to basically come in the city and, you know, push out all the residents to make their money. The city is so crooked, man. So I came across this article, and they were talking about, so back in the 90s, early 90s, everybody knew about the summer of violences. Everybody was up on the summer of violences out here in Denver. It was a time in, it was a time in Denver's history where there was a lot of gang violence, a lot of people getting killed behind gang violence. And they started new programs for gang violence and everything, like they locked up a lot of people behind the summer of violences. A lot of people, like if you were a part of the 90s, you know people that lost their life in the summer of violence, and it didn't matter what part of the city of Denver you were in, Aurora, Monballo, it didn't matter, bro. You know somebody that got killed in the summer of violences. They've tried so much to eliminate, the gang issue. They've tried a lot. And when the Bronco had got killed, when the Bronco got killed, bro, they started kind of labeling gangbangers and the gang problem out here in Denver as terrorist, you know? Um, and they try to wipe the aspect out, and they push people out of the communities and sweep what's going on under the rug, not put a light out because it's going to mess their money for the transplants. So this article came out. This article came out. Somebody got shot last night. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I don't know. You can't even see the words. Let me try to brighten it up. Anyways, there's an article that came out, right? Let's see. That's kind of crazy. Can't even see it. There you go. So this is article that came out today by the Denver Gazette. Um, and it's talking about how right now, this last summer, it reached the numbers of the summer of violences. See, and nobody even knows that. Nobody even knows that this last summer in the city of the Denver metro, the murder rate was so up, it was so out of control that they call this 80 they call this Denver suffered another summer of violence. They didn't even record this shit because they try to make Denver this Pleasantville, bro. They try to sweep everything under the rugs. And it rubs me the wrong way because the simple fact is they don't never focus in on the real problem. They want to sweep it under the rug. The city of Denver it's trash, homie. They want to sweep it under the rug because they got people coming in and they don't want to mess their money to the transplants. So they'll sweep a kid getting killed under the rug and won't even put light out on it. I knew this was a problem. I knew this was a problem when my dad got killed when I was 14 years old, and you didn't hear about his murder in the newspaper, bro. Just another random a random person in the East Side that got killed by drug situations. So let me read from this year. This is this year, the summer, bro. They're not even doing the data. They're not even doing the data from right now because it's the winter season. This is data from the summer, bro. 87 victims in 94 days. That's not even half of the year, homie. That's just basically what? 4 months, the summertime? 87 victims in 94 days that was a victim of gun violence, and either they got shot or they got killed all the way by the gun aspect. And how do we don't know that shit? How does the community? I didn't even know that. I honestly didn't even know that it considered another summer of violence. And it's crazy that we're talking about this because they just came out with the movie that Who Ride went to go see called The Summer of Violence. And it's crazy how this works because right now, this article came out today, and it's saying 87 victims in 94 days. Denver suffered summer of gun violence this year, right? It says, and it goes off of different things that happened like in the summertime. 5 people were shot in Denver's Green Valley Ranch neighborhood in 2 separate incidences over the night of August 12th. The same night, 2 people were shot in Aurora the same evening. 2 people were killed in a triple shooting in Five Points neighborhood on August 19th. A month later, 5 people were wounded in a shooting outside of the bar of Lodos. The shootings have contributed to a creepy sense that the Metro Denver is unsafe. Downtown residents, right? And particularly have complained that criminals seemed emboldened, operating without fear of being caught. Now, this is the thing about it is it's crazy, homie, because these residents are coming from other states. They're talking about the residents that are coming from other states. This is nothing new, homie. This is nothing new at all. This is something that's been going on for years, but the residents were pretty much painted this picture how good, you know what I'm saying, the city of Denver, how safe it is. I hear people all the time, Denver is one of the most safest cities. Bullshit to that shit, man. Bullshit. This is not a heaven, bro. There's a lot of problems in the city for young kids that want to be a part of some jointed gangs. The gang traffic, bro. There's a lot of shit going on in the city, homie, and it's bullshit that the city is trying to actually sweep it under the rug. The Denver tracked 68 shootings in Denver between June 21st and October 21st. That's a 3-month stretch, bro. That's a 3-month stretch. 87. These shootings involve 87 victims based on the statistics from the Denver Police Department. I just, my thing is, let's see what it is. I posted a force on. Hey, it got erased, homie. It got erased, my dude. That's what I was trying to tell you. You got to probably go back in and do it one at a time because I don't know what YouTube do. The YouTube erased it. Oh yeah, we the top 4 worst states of crime. They trying to hide the shit. My thing is, bro, I could go out. This is a big article. It's a big article. It goes for a lot. It's called A Different Summer of Violence, bro. We've reached in an amount of time of months the numbers of summer of violences, bro. And we were just talking about this shit. And my thing is, bro, is like this. It ain't going to change until people really start putting a light on what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? They try to hide the aspect to these transplants that moved into the city, brought their politics, brought everything with them, and then they brought the fentanyl aspect, and they wonder why this shit has reached the rate that it's reached, bro. For the city of Denver, like this is what I try to tell people. Sometimes victims' family go on the news looking for info, and you can't find info, bro. You can't find anything about what's going on. Like when my dad got shot, bro, he got murdered. They had one thing on the news, and they didn't talk about it no more. They didn't have no news articles because they just look at it as another person. We're killing off ourselves. They looked at it as who cares? Another person in the hood that dies, we're not gonna put light on this. But you let a little Becky over there to get killed. You let a little Becky get shot in one of these neighborhoods, and they're gonna shine the light on the whole city and talk about how stuff is, being bad, and how these people didn't know the neighborhood. You should have did your research. You should have did your research. They call it drug related and move on. It's not drug related, bro. It's not drug related. Fools are dying in the gang aspects turned up. You see, like, if you're in the Denver metro, you hear what the streets is talking about, and there's so much stuff going on from every part, and you see it in different parts of the city now too. You don't just see it in the Denver metro. You see it in Lakewood. You see it in Arvada. You see it even over here in Green Mountain. You see it in Ree Ridge. You see it in Green Valley Ranch. You see it over here in Stapleton area. Like, that shit it's a pandemic, homie. And the way that the city of Denver just hides it under the rug, it rubs me the wrong way, homie. It rubs me the wrong way, because of the simple fact is, bro, they're catering to people that are coming out to the city, and they're buying up the properties, bro, and kicking people's out of the neighborhood. They're trying to make so much money and then try to paint this picture like it's not going on, homie. Can you post your email, bro? Let me see real quick. Let me see if I could on here. My email was down. I don't think I think YouTube's not gonna let me do it, but my email. Do you need the whole email, or you just need my name off the email? They call it a drug related. There's 11 people watching. Let's hit the like button. Um, yeah, but it's wild, bro. Because the simple fact is, homie, Denver's always been like that. Denver's always been like that. It started from. I can remember when they started switching a lot of stuff over in the Denver metro. It started like in the early 2000s, bro. They started sweeping the aspect from under us. They didn't even let us know that information, homie. And then how they did like neighborhoods, bro, they're so cold, bro. They moved gangs on top of gangs. You had rival gangs moving on top of rival gangs. And then that turned up a whole gang war. And then what did they say? They didn't know if it was the gang aspect. On your YouTube. Yeah, definitely. I got you, Derek, for sure, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Let me figure that out, how to do that. I'll do that for sure, for people could get a hold of me. Because there's a lot of people that ask that same question. So I definitely need to, you know what I'm saying? I definitely need to get to it. Let me see. The different summer of violences. The summer of violence, the Denver media involved 74 deaths in the Denver metro from a 90-day span. Summer of violence. That's 93. That's the 93 aspect. Actually, the numbers were not as high. The numbers were not as high as the year prior or after. There were 95 deaths in a 3-month span in 92, 81 in 94, and 95 in 3-month span in the 90s, bro.